My friend almost gave up his dream of becoming a chef because his parents wanted him to become a doctor, but a strange plan changed their mind. I had a friend called John, and one day he said, "I've been finding it hard to convince my parents to let me be a chef. They feel I'd be better off as a doctor, but I'm not interested." And I said, "I have a wild idea that could work. Give me 2 days to come up with a plan." When I got home, I was thinking, how do I convince his parents? So I rewatched some anime scenes and I made the plan. 4 days later, I told him, "It's done, a 4-step guide." And a week after, they didn't just agree. They decided to fully fund his stay at the culinary school. Here's how anime helped him convince his parents to let him follow his dreams. I told him to talk to them. When Kilo wanted to become a hunter and spend his time with gun instead of being an assassin, he talked to his dad about it and his dad let him go. Looking at that example, I told him to cook a meal for his parents on the weekend. He made the meal and his parents really enjoyed it. After the meal, his mom asked him, "Where did you order this meal from? It tastes better than the meals in some high-end restaurants." And he said, "I'm the one that made it." And his parents were impressed. He told his parents, "Is it okay if I become a chef instead of a doctor? Being a chef fits me more." And they said, "Your meal was impressive, but you're going to need more than that to change our minds." And then he moved to the next step. So if you're struggling to convince your parents, talk to them. And if one of your parents' decisions hold more weight, then make them your target. Kilo didn't waste time convincing his mother. He only talked to his father and grandfather. Now that we managed to disarm them, we moved on to step 2, which was do your research and show them the results. I told him to tell them 4 things people always buy are food, clothes, a place to stay, and medicine. Clothes don't need to be renewed, but the other 3 need to. Being a chef means I'll always be needed like a doctor, or even more. And when he said that, his parents agreed. He then showed them his terrible grades in biology and chemistry, and then he said, "My grades show I'm not doctor material, but the meal you just ate shows I have the skills to be a chef. After all, I prepared that meal without formal training. Wouldn't it be better for me to become a high-level chef rather than for me to try my hardest all my life to be an average doctor?" And they said, "You have a point." This step was inspired by Rudius. Rudius had 2 paths in front of him, being a mage or a swordsman. He had the skills to become a mage, and he managed to convince his father to let him become one, even though his father wanted him to be a swordsman. If you're struggling to convince your parents, make your research, and if it impresses them, they'll be leaning to your side a bit. We weren't done whipping out the research. After all, we had step 3, which was financial planning. I told him to search for culinary schools that offer the best value for money and impart to the job market. I also asked him to check if they had scholarships he could get. He completed the research, and when he showed his parents the schools and their tuition prices, he showed he wanted to make it easy for them, and they were touched. He even said, "If you don't want to pay, I'll work for my own tuition, and the scholarship will make it easier for me." And his parents said, "Give us some time to think about it." The plan was complete, and we could only wait for the results. Rudius wanted to go to the University of Magic with Sylphie, but Rudius' parents could only afford tuition for one, so they refused. Then Rudius got a job so they can earn the tuition for one person. If you show your parents you're willing to make it as cheap as possible for them, they'll let you go. John's parents let him go to the school he chose, and they told him to pay for anything he needs. He got the good ending. If you follow these 3 tips and you get the bad ending, that's if your parents refuse, then you have 2 options. Follow your parents' wishes or be stubborn and follow your dreams. I told John, if your parents refuse and you decide to become a chef regardless, you can get 2 endings, the Maki ending or the Lot's ending, and he was confused at the names because he didn't watch anime. Maki left the Zen clan to become a Jujutsu sorcerer without their backing, so they didn't give a damn about her and they withdrew their benefits. That was the Maki ending. The Lutz ending is the good ending. Lutz wanted to become a merchant and his mother refused, so he said, "I don't care if I have to live like a slave to achieve my dream." When his mom saw he was willing to go so far, she decided to let him become a merchant. So if you decide to chase your dreams anyway, you have one of these endings. If you feel these endings are better than spending your whole life doing something you hate, then do it. It's your life after all. Your parents can't live it for you. So that's the way I used anime to convince John's parents to let him be a chef. After he left culinary school, he became a chef in a hotel in Qatar. The last time we talked to each other, he was considering being a chef on a cruise ship. that's a whole nother level. Say if you follow that plan, it'll work. And if it doesn't, well, there's always step 4. And if you follow step 4 and things get hard, just tell yourself the same thing I tell myself in tough times, which is, these tough times will only make my backstory more entertaining. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to anyone who needs it. If there's something you want to talk about, drop a comment. I'm always waiting for them. I have a video about how anime teaches you to make great decisions, so if you're interested, you can watch it. It should be on the screen. Don't forget to take care of yourself, drink water, watch anime, and have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Jane.